Dr. Erin.
Nobody can hear us until the music's
I can't
down.
tell when we're going. It's a great day. Oh, that's funny. He's like, no. I'm like, okay.
Val, bring it down.
I'm so confused right now. Live from Los Angeles, good morning, La La Land. I'm Dr. Erin.
Hi, I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jasmine Moye. Good morning, La La Land. We are streaming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Hashtag Motivation Monday today.
That's right, we're everywhere.
Right, we've got an incredible show in store for you. But first, we're celebrating Martin Luther King Jr.'s Day. We've got Motivation Monday. We're going to discover your why and what motivates you. And we've got an incredible inspirational story of one young woman's journey to Hollywood. And finally, we have a way for you to be the change you want to see in this world.
Love that. Very Gandhi, very MLK.
Right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I'd love to welcome to Good Morning La La Land Isabel and Nick this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
So here on Good Morning La La Land, we like to know how you start your day. What's your morning routine?
Well, I wake up at about 8 o'clock and then I laze around in bed for half an hour. And then I put on my tunes and I go into the bathroom and I dance around while I brush my teeth. And then I grab a cup of coffee and walk my dog.
So you heard it here. That is the routine that got this lovely young lady on NBC's This Is Us, making her national television debut tomorrow night.
Woo!
That's huge. Nick, Karma Army, making a way to give back. How do you pave your way through the day?
Well, my favorite way to start the morning used to be to exercise. To paddleboard is actually my favorite thing. I live right on the river, but now I think my new favorite routine is to come on Good Morning La La Land.
My man.
Smart man.
There's some good energy. Well, we want to give a special shout out to those of you who are watching all across the country and in fact the world, but we do have some very close friends and family of Ms. Isabel's watching in Dallas and in San Antonio this morning. Good morning, Texas.
Good morning, Texas.
Love Texas. I got family in Houston as well. It's up to them.
Nice.
Oh, hello. So how was your weekend?
I haven't been taking weekends probably for the last 10 years of my life. I rarely take 2 days off. I'm kind of a bit of a workaholic, but the last couple weekends I have just done nothing. Honestly, I went to two movies
Did
in
you?
LA.
What'd you see?
Yeah, and I've got a review. I mean, okay, so I went to two movies. One was The Lady Bird. Remember my girl,
Oh, yes,
my
date
chick
night.
flick for my date on Friday night, which was good. An epic movie, really good. But Saturday night, okay, we went and saw Three Billboards out of Ebbing, Missouri. A+, I think it could definitely win Best Actress and potentially Best Movie of the Year.
Really?
Deep takeaway, and it's like a Fargo.
What was your takeaway from it?
Well, I don't want to tell you because I think it's the whole
It might
kind
reveal.
of. It's a little bit kind of the whole point of the movie. So yeah.
Wow, Erin. It's a very strong recommendation from
Yeah.
Dr.
You know,
Erin.
though, sometimes it's good to take those 2 days off, really just enjoy, see something new, try
Yeah.
something different. You spent some time at the beach, Rob?
Oh my gosh, it was the most beautiful weekend in LA.
Almost 80.
Oh man, so I went to the beach and just chilled. It was ridiculous. It was packed. It's beautiful. I mean, it's just an epic weekend that way. What about you, Jess?
So I had the pleasure of going to see the LA Art Show. It is an epicenter in the art world. It's totally changed. I was so excited. Featuring modern and contemporary artists. Met some incredible local LA-based artists that I'm going to invite to the show. So stay tuned because I really want us to get involved into the art scene. There's so many amazing things happening, different mediums. Just, it's cool. It's a cool world.
It's incredible. LA is such a creative hub. Mind blown.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what they say about LA is that diversity is our strength. And I love that.
Yeah, so speaking of that, today actually is Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday today, January 15th. Usually it's around his birthday, but today's actually his birthday, celebrating
Wow.
today. And it is 50 years since his assassination. April 4th is actually when he was assassinated 50 years ago. So honoring this time, knowing that also it's kind of crazy that we're still dealing with all this today, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's the same themes, right? Love, peace, nonviolence, equality, civil rights, women's rights. It's really wild in a way.
Wild, 50 years later,
Yeah,
still
yes.
dealing with it.
Yeah, still working our way to the fulfillment of that dream that he spoke so
right.
eloquently about.
Yeah, Absolutely. I think it's so timely to be having this conversation. I read an article this morning on VanityFair.com that Mark Wahlberg actually donated his salary from the reshoots of All the Money in the World, $1.5 million to Time's Up. If you don't know the story, there was a huge pay gap between Mark Wahlberg's salary for the reshoots and Michelle Williams. She made $1,000 a day. He made $1.5 million over the course of these reshoots.
Just a little gap, not much.
Just a little gap, you know, but that was a huge topic of conversation. His response was to donate that $1.5 million to Time's Up. Then his agency, William Morris Endeavor, followed suit and donated $500,000 to Time's Up as well.
Kudos Mark Wahlberg,
honestly,
kudos WME.
right? I mean,
that's fantastic. Time's Up. Wow.
It's really just
Time's
incredible
up.
to see that there are so many noble men in Hollywood who are supporting the women.
Absolutely.
And if you don't know about the Time's Up women movement, actually, it's a fund created by a lot of the women in Hollywood to give support to women who are of lower incomes to really be able to pursue their suits against sexual harassment and things like that.
Time's
It's
up.
incredible.
That's what I
Time's
gotta
up.
say. That's right.
It's Motivation Monday.
So do we have a little clip about this? Should we watch that right now? I have a dream. Let's
Dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creeds. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. That one day every valley shall be exalted, every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together.
Oy, wow.
So powerful.
We
right?
have a dream for sure, right here at Good Morning LaLaLand and Focus TV. That really, this is all about motivation today, and I want to get to our second segment because we're going to discuss this. What our why is, what motivates us, what has us have that dream, and what made Martin Luther King Jr. so profound out of all the people that were, preaching for civil rights. What made him unique that had him have such a profound effect? So let's do that.
All right.
We'll be right back, you guys.
Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in to This Week in Focus. I am your host, Victoria Simone, bringing you some of the highlights of what has been posted last week on the Focus TV network, which is America's first video streaming talk show network. As you can tell, I'm here at a really late hour. Last week we shot #Harry and Kelly with our amazing hosts, Harry Howard and Kelly Russo. If you haven't noticed, by our episode, it's Kelly's birthday, so everyone wish her a happy birthday. That's my girl, our super host. We shot Slay with Rachel McCord, my favorite author. On January 1st, we shot a 2-hour episode of Good Morning LaLaLand with our hosts Rob Mack, Jocelyn Moyer, and Dr. Erin Haskell. Rob, if you're watching, I'm in your seat right now because I miss you. Thanks for tuning in to This Week in Focus. My name is Victoria Simone. Thanks for watching. Welcome to Focus. I am your host, Victoria Simone, and I am here in the beautiful Focus TV studio set in West Hollywood. And I have the great honor to bring you the preview for the new issue of Focus magazine, the wellness issue. On the cover is the amazing Dr. Trubinsky, along with Wow Moms Jennifer Stano and her amazing partner, Nicole Ziola, along with a valued member of our Focus family, author, influencer, and host of her very own show on Focus TV network, Rachel McCord. Yay, praise emoji! Featuring her new book, Slay the Fame Game. This issue is filled with amazing people within our local community including Alyssa Goodman and the launch of her new show on Focus TV, The Alyssa Goodman Show, along with model and brand evangelist Nikki Sharp. Also in this issue, Focus food editor Tambi Safran visits the amazing new Waldorf Astoria and its executive chef Stephen Benjamin. We have travel in this issue, as well as Focus Travel editor Wendy Brokaw-Kretschmer providing an amazing shopping guide for travel to Milan. This issue is packed with additional features, photos, highlights from the new Focus TV network, which is America's first streaming video talk show network. Pick up your copy today. You are going to love it.
Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are live from Los Angeles and it is Motivation Monday. So excited. So we have a very special treat I want to share with you. In honor of Motivation Monday, Amber Lee Taylor sent us this gorgeous box of fudge. She was so inspired. She started her own fudge company. And Rob, she knew you couldn't get enough.
Oh, man.
So we have got a little extra something
Wow.
for you with a handmade note. We're so excited and inspired.
Lee.
Amber Lee starting her own company in 2016 in Chino Hills, homemade fudge.
Oh my gosh, is that like a s'mores right there?
S'mores, cookies, and cream. She has got 40 different
I
varieties
get that
of
one.
fudge.
That's the.
It's got
that's
Aaron's
the
name
one.
on it.
This is
Do
what
not
we're
touch
doing
that
after
one.
the show. Thank you so much, Amber Lee, for sharing
Thank
your
you.
delicious fudge
Thank
with
you
us
so
at Good
much.
Morning La La Land. We really appreciate it. So, in honor of Motivation Monday, we want to know what our special guests do to stay motivated. So CEO and founder of the Karma Army Coin, and also gorgeous young Isabel Marcus. Good morning. So,
Good morning.
Nick, what do you do to stay motivated?
Well, kind of the older I get, the more I get motivated by helping others. It seems like I had some kind of like self-serving things earlier in my life, and these days, you know, especially on a day like today where we're honoring one of my heroes, you know, the Reverend Martin Luther King. You know, he had a quotation, and I'm paraphrasing here, that said, you know, the measure of one's life is by what you do for others. And for me, that's kind of what keeps me motivated.
Love.
Beautiful.
Love that.
I think I'm sort of tailing off of what he said. As a younger person, I'm definitely motivated by trying to be my best self, but I think that that's determined by how I treat others. And everyone motivates me. Everyone I meet is an inspiration to me in some way, and as an actor, I get to tell their stories. And that's part of what motivates me, and also that fudge right there.
Well, I will be sure to bring some of Mama's fudge back to you in the studio for your interview. Thank you so much to you both for being here and sharing your life with us today.
Love that.
So nice. Okay, you guys, so Monday Motivation is all about, we want to talk about why, because we know that through Simon Sinek's genius talk on TED Talk, the power of why, basically how leaders inspire, how they motivate.
Yeah.
And it comes down to, he talks, it's a great talk. Have you watched the TED Talk at all?
I have not. Admittedly, I haven't. Tell me about it.
Good. So it's brilliant because he talks about things like Apple and things like, he actually talks about Martin Luther King, which is funny because I just happened to look up that after we had decided it was Martin Luther King.
Serendipity, right?
So he talks about how, say for example, Apple, many different companies that have technology, but what is it that had people purchase from Apple? And it was because they, in their advertising, in their mission statements, it's about why instead of what they have, right? So we don't buy what you do or what you have, we buy why you do what you do, basically.
So powerful.
Right?
Yes.
And same with Martin Luther King. Like, he wasn't just like, let's do equal rights. It's because he had a dream, because he believed in something. And the people showed up to that speech for themselves, not for him necessarily, it's because they wanted to fulfill upon their own mission.
It's so interesting you bring that up, Erin, because last week we talked about what we were doing versus the why we're doing it, and that makes me think of what we're doing here with Good Morning La La Land. We are creating America's first live streaming daily talk show. That is an amazing what? Why are we doing it? Because we have a passion to share stories, to tell people's stories, because we want to create a platform for the community to celebrate La La Land. That's why we're doing it, and that's what makes us special.
Right.
Wow, it's so powerful, and it's so true. I loved Simon's talk for that reason. He mostly talks over and over again about how important it is to share, well, really discover and then share what you most deeply believe, like why you wake up in the morning, why do you go about your day, and to share that with other people.
Right.
And that's really how sort of somebody who's just ordinary becomes extraordinary.
Right. He talks even about the brain and how the inner why is really the limbic system that is actually like our gut and our heart that like actually has us actually do what we do. The other part of the brain that is, it's called the neocortex, and it's more the newness, the language, the analytical, and all that stuff, and that's great. But we don't make decisions off that. We actually use those facts to bake up and like reiterate what we really truly do. So it's like you either like somebody or you don't know why, you just kind of have that gut instinct. So getting to your own motivation and what is your why, what is that? And we talk about even like Tony Robbins has 6 basic needs of what we need, what motivates us.
Yeah, it's interesting, Tony Robbins, of course, boy, he's been around forever, and and the reason is because he's one of the best at sort of identifying these basic human needs. One, of course, is certainty, right? We all want some predictability in our lives. We want to be able to say, this is coming or that's not coming. It gives us a sense of sort of comfort, right? So certainty is a huge one. On the other hand, uncertainty is just as big, right? Yes. You need some unpredictability in your life. Ideally, it's the kind of unpredictability that you want, not the kind that you don't want.
It's so funny because he brings up the thing, you like surprises, right? But you only like certain surprises, right?
Totally.
You like to be surprised with the Christmas gift you asked for, right? You don't want to be surprised with a flat tire.
Yes, there are some things we just don't want, Jeslyn. Absolutely.
It's like Chris, I have this flash of like Chris Rock talking about like exciting relationships. He's like, this is so exciting, I got crabs.
Right, there are just some things you just do not want.
Like you don't want
They may be free.
You don't want that exciting
But there are some things,
right?
yeah, absolutely. The third point that he makes, I think, is really powerful as well, of course, is significance. We all want to make a significant sort of difference in our life and the lives of others, and so we want to have a purpose-driven life. I think that's huge, right?
For sure,
Yeah.
we all want that.
Yeah, and if you look real closely, I mean, Martin Luther King Jr. represented all of these things. I mean, he was, he gave you a sense of certainty, he also gave you a sense of uncertainty, and unpredictability, also, of course, deep significance. So yeah, those are the top 3.
Wow.
Yeah, he's got 3
Let's
more.
see the other 3. Let's see, that's 4 is going to...
4 is love and connection. It's the 4th basic need. Love is the oxygen of life. And that always makes me think of Dr. Erin's mantra that we say daily here in Good Morning LaLaLand. The only truth is love.
That's right.
Powerful.
And then number 5 is growth, and number 6 is contribution. So I think that the audience and what we want to create as a community is really all those things. Purpose is really the mantra of all the shift happens and dreams come true. So, right?
Absolutely.
Bam, right there.
Absolutely. I love the positive.
So I say we get back. We have 2 amazing guests, and I'd love to pick their brain about their motivation, hear their inspirational stories around everything, right?
Absolutely. Yes, I can't wait to talk to Isabella Oliver Marcus because she has really made a name for herself all the way from Texas here in Hollywood and making her national television debut on NBC's hit show, This Is Us. Everybody's talking about it, so we get to talk to her and get a first-hand peek.
We are so lucky. So stay tuned, you guys. We'll be right back for 2 inspirational stories. Stay tuned.
This is Jack. His mother didn't save his childhood artwork.
She just threw it all away like it was garbage.
If only his mother had Archive.
Archive is the easiest and fastest way to chronologically store your child's art.
Snap a picture, tag it, and store it safely in our cloud.
Then share it with friends and family.
Even turn it into a calendar, mug, or your very own printed book.
Oh, you were gonna make one yourself? Yeah, that's what his mom said.
Download the Archive app now and help us save art.
Archive, available now on the App Store.
Hey, Dr. Drew here, and I am on the HEAL Advisory Board. I got involved with this organization because it's the answer to our healthcare problem. Listen to me. You go to urgent care, you go to emergency room, you are paying for all that equipment, all that infrastructure. You're wasting time. You're exposing yourself to sick people. All you got to do is go to heal.com or get the Heal app at heal.com. Get that Heal app, and you can have a doctor wherever you are. It's $99 if you don't have insurance, though most insurances cover it. It's the most effective way to get the care you're looking for and the most cost efficient. $99 all in. That's it. And you get a board-certified physician to show up wherever you are, your home, your work, whatever it is, 8A to 8P, 7 days a week, including holidays. And that board-certified individual, that licensed professional, is going to just be paying attention to you and focusing on you and using his or her judgment to take care of your needs in that moment. Go to Heal. Check it out. You'll see what I'm saying. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Hi, this is Jennifer Eddy, and I'm here with Spa Girl Cocktails today. We're thrilled to be here with Empowerista and Girl Talk Network at UNITA and El Segundo to help support and empower women in the community. We have 2 flavors with Spa Girl Cocktails, Pear and Spa. Those are our signature cocktails. They're low-calorie and gluten-free, all natural, nothing added. You can find us at Bevmo and Total Wine in all of your communities. We're thrilled to be here with Focus Magazine today in their December issue.
Hello everyone, I'm Joyce Gerard, creator of the Joyce Miracle Elixir Collection, and I'm happy to say that it's the only collection out there that is not going to have any harsh chemicals, free of parabens, free of sulfates, free of sodium chloride, absolutely cruelty-free, because for me that is super important. And it's made right here in USA. And it's the only line that is going to deliver you the best antioxidants, vitamins, fatty acids, minerals, straight from Mother Nature. I've infused my entire line with buriti, maracuya, moringa, and argan. So you have the buriti, which is the tree of life. You have the argan, which is literally liquid gold. You have the maracuya, which is the richest source of vitamin C. And you have the moringa, which is the richest superfood in the world. So I've combined all these yummy ingredients from Mother Nature and delivered them straight to you, straight to your strands, straight to your face. In all my products, that's the base of it. And the most important thing is that everything is made with love right here at home in USA, straight for you.
And the reason they book me and keep me is because it's more than just training. It's just authentic. And so I think that's one thing I realized that I had my whole life was will. I'm so determined to get to where I want to go. I'm not going to let nothing stop me, not even myself. Right? And I try to tell my clients and people, it's all a mindset. You know, you got to really want it. They said, you can change anything, but before you change anything, you got to change it in your mind first. Just because I always say if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you.
I'm Eden Sassoon, and I own 2 Pilates studios, Eden by Eden Sassoon Pilates. And to be quite honest, I hate socks. But my girlfriend Sally just created a line, Mantra Socks. And to me, at Pilates, you cannot get on my machine without socks. But now, you can get on my machine with the intention. Today, I have Be Love. To me, that means a lot. But also, when you buy a pair of these socks, 1 pair gets donated to a homeless shelter. And that is something, that's really what matters, to be quite honest. It's not just about the sock. It's about the intention. It's about what you're giving back and how you're paying it forward. And so for that, Sally, I thank you. And I love Mantra Socks.
Hi guys, I'm Joyce Gerard, and I support my beautiful friend Sally with her Mantra Socks. Look how cute they are. Be Love is my favorite, so go get them. Run and get them on Amazon.com.
We are live from Los Angeles on Good Morning La La Land with our very special guest today, Oliver Marcus. Good morning.
Good morning.
So excited. She is making her national television debut tomorrow on NBC's hit show, This Is Us. Wow.
Incredible.
Wow, congratulations.
Motivation Monday.
Of all shows. It's incredible.
Yeah, I know. I'm really glad that not only is this my first role and it's recurring and that's incredible, and but it's a good show that tells like really good stories. It's crossing a lot of boundaries and barriers, you know, the racial barrier and the body image barrier, and I'm so thankful to be able to sort of be part of that message.
So tell us your journey. How did you get this role?
Well, so I, when I was in 4th grade, 5th grade, I don't remember, I did a play and I was like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. And I realized this is what I wanted to do with my life. And
in 4th grade.
In 4th grade.
Yeah. 30 years later, I was still struggling to figure out what I wanted to do. But
yeah, most of my friends were like, you know, I want to be a veterinarian or a teacher, and I was like, I want to be an actor. Yeah, exactly. And my mom was like, okay, if this is what you want to do, let's make it happen. So I did a showcase, and I got an agent, and I've been coming out to Los Angeles for like 3-month intervals for several years, but I live in San Antonio, Texas, or I lived in Texas, and so
you were going to school in Texas and working in LA.
Yeah.
So you're official an LA girl.
I am now. I've been here, LALALAND.
Yes.
I've been here over a year, just over a year, and when I got the audition for This Is Us, I was in Texas visiting my family, my dad and my stepmom and my baby brother, and I got the audition, and they were like, can you come in? And I was like, no. And they, like, miracle upon miracles, they let me send in a taped audition, which is crazy because there's so much secrecy around the audition, and I did, and so Thursday I sent in the tape. No, Thursday I got the audition, Friday I sent in the tape, Saturday I was on a plane, Monday I had a chemistry read, Tuesday I booked the role, and Wednesday I was in the Paramount lot. So I was working within a week.
So when was that exactly? When did that
That was July, I worked July 19th.
Oh my goodness.
My stepmom's birthday.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
And so the episode's going to air tomorrow.
Yes, well, so I have had actually one episode already, but I was in like 5 seconds at the very, very end of the first episode. So this next episode, tomorrow, at 9, 9/8 Central, is I have lines.
So Isabel, I have a question for you, because as a Doctor of Divinity, we teach consciousness. We teach how, you know, how we manifest and everything. And you said clearly that in 4th grade you knew, but was there a practice to keep the belief, keep the vision? Like, what did you do?
Yeah, I think, you know, everyone always says it's a business of rejection and you have to learn how to accept the no's. And I think in part I was incredibly motivated and supported and uplifted by my friends and my family, my community. I come from a really strong, tight-knit group of people, and a lot of them are artists. And so they were able to say, yes, this is a thing you can do. Like, this is a choice that you can make with your life. And so I think really I draw strength and passion from my friends and my family. And my
just give me a shout out to your mom, because she's here, and I know that she's done so much and committed to your dream and to being here and supporting. So we just want to give a big shout out to Mom.
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah, she came out to Los Angeles with me. She has been my partner in this whole thing ever since.
Wow, incredible. Does the idea of competition ever freak you out when you're starting? Like, oh my gosh, all these other people are trying to be actors too.
It's about the competition. That's what it is. I started out in theater competitions. After my first play, I did like UIL in Texas, and I was in competitions, and that's what drove me. And I was like, oh, I can do this and make money off of it? Okay, sounds good.
To do what I love and make money.
I'm gonna win.
Yeah. You know what I love about that, though, is you're doing it from such a positive place.
Thank you.
You know, it's not because, oh, I want to win. It's because you love what you do.
Yeah.
Like we talked about earlier in the show, it's the why, not the what.
And I think it's that I love what I do, and then when I win at it, it validates the love. It means that, like, love really can conquer all, because it conquers.
Speaking of love conquering it all, I gotta get back to This Is Us, because I've been an avid viewer of the show. I love it, and there's so much buzz and hype around what's happening with Jack's death. This storyline has been happening throughout the seasons, right? We're gearing up. Us Weekly just released an article 22 hours ago saying it's going to be revealed very soon.
Just trying to get the inside information.
So I'm wondering, what do you have to say about that?
Well, there's very little I can say. But when my first episode came out, the writers and the creator, Dan Fogelman, they all said there's 3 clues at the very end of the episode that I hope you looked out for, and they were Kate's dog, Kevin's cast, and Randall's girlfriend.
Ooh, and you're Randall's girlfriend.
And I'm Randall's girlfriend. And so this season, we've gotten to see how the dog comes into play, and we've gotten to see how Kevin's cast comes into play. And now we get to see how the girlfriend comes into play. And so these are the steps leading up to Jack's death. So that's basically all I can say. But yes, it's coming right around the corner.
Fans have watched the show, but they want to know, what is it like to work on the show?
Incredible. It's incredible. I'm sure that no one is surprised when I say it's a great cast and crew to work with. I mean, they're beautiful people, literally and spiritually. I mean, Mandy Moore, of course, is like a goddess in real life, but and truthfully, they're all prettier, like in person, than they are on. I don't know how they do it, but like I met Sterling K. Brown and Susan Kelechi Watson, and I was like, wow, you're so gorgeous. But they're great souls, and every single person, not just the cast who we get to see every day, but the people behind the camera who are like, they're lifting up everyone, and they're great people. They're so professional and on top of it, but they're also like, they don't hesitate to crack a joke, and they're not, they're not hard-edged or anything. It's just a great.
All of that is equally true of you, by the way. I'm going to say, it's incredible.
Thank you so much.
But I imagine people out there, Isabel, has there been a time like a darkest hour for you? Has there been something you've had to really overcome? Because we're seeing you like, she made it, she's beautiful, she's radiant, she's happy.
She's too young to have a darkest hour. Come on.
Did you ever want to give up?
Please.
Did you ever?
My mom regularly, because it's been an expensive and time-taking venture, and she's regularly like, are you sure this is what you want to do? And she's like, I will support you 100% if this is what you want to do, but if it's not, I need to know. and the answer has always basically been yes. I mean, I had to leave all of my friends and family in Texas, and I had already done 2 years of high school at Northeast School of the Arts in San Antonio, and it was a great art school. And so leaving that was a big deal. But I never had a doubt that this is something I wanted to do, and I never had a doubt that this is where I needed to be doing it. And I think everyone understood that, and yeah, so it was hard, but ultimately it was for the best, and I've still got that community. I didn't leave it. I just sort of widened it a little bit.
And now you've got a community in LaLaLand.
There you go, right?
Yes,
you guys.
Yes, and we're happy to be a part of it and to tell your story and share your light. What's life like for you in LA now?
People say Los Angeles is just a really scary place, and at first it sort of is, but ultimately it's a lot like anywhere you come from. There's these neighborhoods, and if you put in the time and effort and you sort of allow yourself to go outside your shell, you find that it's just like home, and you can find a home. You know, my apartment building, I know a bunch of people there, and like we say hi to each other, and we like say hi to each other's dogs, and it's really, I've just been able to find another community, and it's great, and it's not as scary as everyone thinks it is. And I think that anyone who's thinking about coming out here and trying to pursue it, jump in, because there's really no downside.
Just for the record, how old are you?
I'm almost 18.
18. You're the wisest old soul.
Yes.
It's incredible. It
Do
really
people
is.
tell you that often?
Yeah. They do. Yeah.
For sure. And so people are watching, they're thinking, how did she do it? Can you give them some tips? How to break into Hollywood? How to do this?
Again, I think it's about community. I think like staying stable is about like finding the people who love you and who you can love back. Having a dog has been really important for
They're
me.
perfect for unconditional love.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
They always love you.
We love dogs here in Good Morning LaLa, and we have a mascot called Zoe.
She's so cute.
Yes, absolutely. Speaking of community, you mentioned the fudge, so
Right?
we want to bring in Mama Taylor's fudge for you. I wanted to give you this box. Should we try a little?
Yes, please. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely. It is the best fudge you've ever tasted. It says it right here.
I'm just going to go for this piece that's
Go
right
for
next
it.
to me.
You know, Erin was making sure you didn't pick the one with her name on it.
I can dip that one.
Yes.
You want some?
I can have it after a little. It's a little early for me.
I'm going for it right now.
So good.
I think a little peanut butter looks
I'm
good
a
to
2
me.
or 4 o'clock in the afternoon kind of a sweets girl.
I can eat fudge all day.
Otherwise my blood sugar is on like a rack. I'm like, that's not good.
Well, when you're 18, you can do whatever you want.
I guess so.
That's right.
Well, I mean, I still, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, my back. And I was like, you don't get to complain.
You're gonna solid 50 more years before you can use that excuse.
Isabella, is this the best fudge you've ever tasted?
It is the best fudge I've ever tasted.
Thank you so much for taking your time. We're excited to follow the journey and have you back on for sure.
Thank you so much for having me. I'd love to come back.
We're going to take a little break. When we come back, we're going to talk to one gentleman's journey of finding a way for you to be the change you want to be in the world.
And of course, don't miss her national premiere tomorrow on NBC Tuesday night. This Is Us.
Thank you.
I'm Dr. Erin.
I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jessamine Moyer. Monday through Friday, we are going to be streaming to you live, Los Angeles.
America's first live streaming daily talk show.
At 9 a.m. Pacific time on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
And we have a sexy show for you today.
We have got Will, Leanne, and Gabe in the house. Let's go back there. Hi!
Talked to 4 beautiful, intelligent, conscious women. Clearly, I was miserable the entire time.
She has a TV show similar to your guys.
Ellen.
Yes!
Yes!
The little peck, come on.
I feel so bad for Jess.
We're live, do it for the people viewing.
Yeah.
For the people.
Wow!
M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E Club Mickey Mouse.
We definitely were not prepared today, and it was
I'm okay on, but the other half completely.
We are streaming to you live Monday through Friday on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Happy holidays.
It's gonna be a
Good morning, LaLaLand.
5, 6, 7, 8. We are the Mouseketeers, and we proudly wear our ears. We mousin', we mousin', M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E Club Mickey Mouse. Good morning, LaLaLand.
And we're back live from Los Angeles. Good morning, LaLaLand. I am so excited because I have a dear friend in the house, Nick Mystrom. He is one of the founders of Karma Army Coins, which is an incredible idea of, let's show the coin right away.
I am part of the Karma Army, and I couldn't be more excited. This is an incredibly genius idea.
Right?
Well, I mean, it was a long time coming. You know, I grew up in Anchorage, Alaska, and the idea that really gave it life is my family and I were sitting in a Denny's restaurant about, 30 years ago now, and this random guy just came up to the table and paid for our family's meal and told my dad, you know, what a great family he thought we had. Wow. And so it was right around Christmas time, and every year around Christmas, my parents just continually brought the story up about the guy that bought us, you know, the $10 meal at Denny's. And and just to me, what reverberated was how much, you know, that $10, how far it went to just, and it was such a small gesture, and it just carried on and carried on. So that's kind of the original idea, and what I hope is kind of embodied in the Karma Army.
Right.
Wow.
So let's explain what it is exactly.
Okay.
So you've got a coin, and tell us what we'll do with this coin.
Well, fair enough. So we have these karma coins, and each of the karma coins has a number on it. And basically, the idea is we distribute the coins through all different kinds of crazy ventures that we do. For as an example, there was a toll road in Colorado that everybody really had this issue with, and nobody liked it, and you know, nobody likes to pay tolls, and we sat there and we just paid tolls all day for everybody, just gave out coins and just gave out coins and just sat there and, you know, paid our $2 toll, and people, you know, they're trying to figure it out. So the idea is you carry it with you. It's a reminder, it's a talisman, just to do something cool and kind of pay it forward as the concept that you guys know about. So right now we've got about 15,000 coins in circulation, and we've got all kinds of stories that just pile in all the time about things that people did, either giving or receiving the coins.
Wow. Where have these coins traveled? I mean, you mentioned tracking them, right? Because these are trackable, so you really get to see the difference that your kindness is making. How far are they going? Where are they going?
We've gotten stories in worldwide, South America, Europe, and we haven't distributed any over there, but they just somehow make their way over there. And we just got kind of an interesting story yesterday on the site that got submitted. There was a girl that received a karma coin, and about 10 years ago she was at a slumber party in Hawaii, and she stole a bracelet from the girl who was hosting the slumber party, and she denied it, and for 10 years she was harboring that. She got this coin, and she said, you know, it's about time I sent that bracelet back and told that woman I was sorry, or that necklace back. And so she did, and sent her a coin. And so that's just one of the thousands of stories we've gotten in.
Wow. You know, though, Dr. Erin gave me a coin. I have to admit, I haven't given it away yet. There's something so special about it that you almost want to hang on to it, and it becomes special.
Right?
It's true.
So true.
A lot of people have trouble giving them away. Our latest promotion that we're doing on Kickstarter is we're sending out 2 of them. One to keep and one to give away. So you're not in trouble yet. but at some point you gotta find it and give it away.
There's also like this pressure around it. I feel like it has to be kind of like ceremonial, of like me giving this coin to someone and letting it like live on.
Well, and it's such an interesting point that you make, because that is part of the challenge with giving, is you're sometimes afraid to give because you don't think you're going to get it back. You're not going to get something back. And so it is an opportunity to share in a way that you don't have any expectation of reciprocity. And that's one of the things I love about it.
True, and you know, altruism is a tricky thing, because a lot of times, especially this day and age, you know, people want to give, but they want recognition for that giving. And this is just kind of the thing I like about it is there's really no limits. You can do something big, you can do something small, you can do something, you know, I was in LAX a week ago. And this is kind of something that came back to me. I was messing around trying to charge my iPhone, and I couldn't get it. My cord was frayed, and I couldn't figure out how to, you know, and I was getting pissed like I always do about technology.
That never happens to any of us, by the way.
And so I just kind of put all my stuff down, put my bags down, and just left my phone sitting there with the frayed cord, and I went to the bathroom, and you know, I came back, and I don't know, somehow somebody saw that I was, you know, struggling with myself, and there was like a new cable between the plug thing and my phone, and my phone was just charging. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, hold on, man, I try to do this stuff for people. Who did this for me? I'm like, who did this for me? So, yeah, it did.
Back.
So,
that's right.
So it was very cool.
Yep. So the thing about Nick that's so amazing, because he and Blake, his partner, they were, you know, we were talking a lot about the startup and everything, and they kept kind of going, well, maybe you could be the face or whatever. And I thought, no, because these guys have been doing this for years. Some of the stories, as I learn more about them, and some of the deeds that they've done are mind-blowing. And I think it's okay. I think there's a dance, because you go, well, should you get recognition? Should it just be pay it forward that you don't get any recognition? And it's fine either way. But please, let's hear about some of the things you guys have done, because I know that you're a little bit like, oh, I don't want to tell them, but at the same time, it's really beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Well, we all the time, first of all, we distribute coins, and we try to encourage people to do these small acts all the time. But on occasion, say 2-3 times a year, we'll do something, you know, we'll load up a pickup truck full of turkeys and just kind of hand them out at the bus stop on the day before Thanksgiving or something like that. But recently we went to the Children's Hospital in Denver, which was really fun. We bought like thousands of these helium balloons, and we just, you know, kind of commando style, no permits, no permission, no nothing, just set up the table, set up a banner, got these huge helium tanks, and just started, you know, filling up balloons, just handing them out to the kids. And I mean, this was like 90, 100, 150 people in line the second we set up the thing, and it was just all these different things. So, I mean, it was small.
You put roofs on people's homes.
We have.
The story, you told me a story of the friends that they didn't get married. Tell me about that story about the teeth.
Oh, yeah, right. So I had kind of an acquaintance who was with his partner for, you know, say 10 years, and they had like 3, 4 kids, and I kept asking him, why aren't you guys married? Why don't you get married? And he said, well, my wife's teeth are they're just rotten out, and she knows that if we get married, then we're gonna have to get pictures, and she doesn't want to get pictures. So I called my dentist. His name was Dr. Casement, awesome guy, and I said, all right, doc, we're gonna get some new teeth for this woman, but we need a real special rate on this one. Yeah, this is like, we need a karmic rate on this one. Like we don't need this like full freight, you know.
Friends discount.
Yeah, that makes your yacht payment or whatever.
Right.
So anyway, so he gave us a great price. We got her in there, and she just got these beautiful white teeth. And the day she got them, the next day they went and got married at the
Wow,
so
that's a great story.
That's phenomenal.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
So like you could just buy someone a cup of coffee, or you can get them a new pair of teeth, or
Yeah,
whatever it
yeah.
is. But like, it's such a cool idea to think about. Just everyone, we're so overwhelmed with stress and fear and mudslides and fires and hurricanes and wars and Twitter. Bleh, you know, it's like we just want something good. So
Well,
it's
true.
such a cool idea.
I love the vision you have for this. Who's getting the ideas of how you're giving back? And I mean, who comes up with that? We're going to go to the children's hospital and fill all of these balloons.
Well, it's me and the other founders that do that. But what we try to do, a lot of times people get a coin and they wonder, well, what could I do? You know, I mean, what can I do? And you know, we try to inspire people through what we do to give them ideas, like limitless ideas. I mean, you know, as more ideas as reviewers. I mean, the other day we went into a coffee shop, and I just gave the guy a credit card. I was like, hey, we need to give out some of these karma coins. I was like, so, you know, the next 20 people that walk in here, just pay for whatever, you know, just put it on my tab and just give them one of these coins. And
then did you sit back and watch this?
we did, yeah, we did, and we had a little camera set up too. So
One woman there, she like started buying. She's like, well, in that case, I'll take some more.
Yeah. She's like, well, if everything's free, give me 2 of those roast beef sandwiches.
Starts going in on you. I'll have everything
She
here.
needed that, though. She might not have been able to feed herself or her family.
Yeah, well, it's true, and you know, we went in there and we did it, and everybody was just at first confused, and then totally happy, and just walked away with a big smile on their face.
It's interesting because I would imagine that be a knee-jerk reaction lots of folks have is to be suspicious.
Sure.
Like what's happening, right?
Sure.
And that's another reason that I love it so much is because it helps us all to open our minds to the possibility of giving.
Right.
And not needing to be just suspicious that somebody else has an expectation that we get something back. Right? So
that is something you definitely run into, and you know, when we go around and do these things, there's definitely a sensitivity you have to have. I mean, we were in Salvation Army the other day, and these ladies were going through getting these big carts full of stuff, and just walk in line behind them and pay for it. And you know, everybody was thankful, but sometimes there's this thing about, well, hold on, I can pay for my own stuff and all that. So there's certainly a sensitivity that you have to kind of have when you're doing these things.
Okay, but Nick, I have one really important question.
Yeah.
Who gave you the pedicure?
Oh yeah.
It's a great color, though.
So we've got these like teal
like turquoise,
color.
Yeah. Let's call it seafoam green.
Seafoam green. There you go.
No, I did it. I just started doing it a long time ago when I was a pro football player, and I had this awful ingrown toenails, and the lady who gave me pedicures talked me into doing it, and ever since then it's just been a conversation piece. It's like probably like 80% of the random people I meet start with, hey, what's up with your toenails?
Well, since you do pedicures, we've actually got a great nail polish that's part of the Focus TV family here called Nail and Bone, and 20% of those proceeds actually go back to pet shelters. It's a very conscious polish with purpose, so we're going to make sure you have some of those so you can rock that pedicure with purpose.
You can nail and bone in the room, or you can go nail and bone with the dogs.
I can't believe you mentioned you play professional football. I mean, you just kind of, that one right off the cuff.
right?
I did. I played a little bit of football.
What did you play for?
There's your color.
Here you go.
Oh, there we go.
We've got a little gift
right
for
here,
you.
we've got a gift for you. 20% of the proceeds are donated to charities supporting pet rescue and adoption.
That is a hell of a segue into,
Right.
into all that. That was very impressive. You're very skilled. You're very skilled.
So thank you so much for all your time. We're so excited to showcase this.
Nice to meet you.
On our show and in our own, all of our lives and around La La Land, and see where it spreads to the world and be the change that we want to see in the world.
Thank you very much. And watch Isabel tonight on This Is Us, man. She's incredible. She's incredible.
We're going to have Isabel back for the final segment. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
All right.
Okay, we're back live from Los Angeles, wrapping today's Motivation Monday up with two incredibly inspiring human beings. So, what do you guys think? The fudge, the nail polish, we got
absolutely.
shows,
By
we
the
got
way, can I offer you some Mama Taylor's handmade fudge?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was just waiting for me
Which
to do
one are you
that.
recommending here?
This
is really why you came.
Yeah, this is s'mores.
Wasn't the
So,
compliment.
handmade out of Chino Hills. We are so excited to share it with you.
Right?
Is it the best fudge you ever had?
Yeah. You guys are all nice and everything, but
It's the fudge. Isabel nailed it in the first, yeah.
So what do you guys think? What's your why? We have why, the why of motivation. What's your why?
Like, why do you do what you love?
Why do you do what you do?
You better start with that one. I need time to think.
Yeah. Enjoy your fudge when you meditate on that.
Why? Because you should. Because you've only got one chance to do it, or maybe you've got multiple. I don't know. But for now, I've got one, and I'm gonna grab the bull by the horns, and also because everyone should, and so if I do it, other people can too.
That's right.
I guess for me, the why is, the why is different for everybody, but the more important than why is just to do it. Is just to, and whatever your motivation is. So that would be it for me. Isabel, this is yours. You're in the Karma Army.
Yep.
Thank you.
So it has a little.
This is very exciting.
Yeah, right. It has a number on it, so you track it, so you can put in, different.
So take a picture of the coin.
Absolutely.
And make sure you get that.
Yes.
The tracking number, and then once you give it back, right?
Yes.
You put it on the website, right? You put
You've
the
got it
number.
figured out. You've got it figured out. So is getting the coin more exciting than getting a national TV show?
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. Actually, yeah. Maybe not as exciting as meeting Milo Ventimiglia.
All right.
That's big.
But it's just under that.
So,
I'm gonna go ahead and say
enough.
so what is she supposed to do with this coin now?
Okay, so the good thing about the Karma Army is there's really no limits. We just want you to, some gesture, could be grand, could be small, and give it away with the instructions to pay it forward for that person that receives it. If you have a chance, put this number in your smartphone at Karma Army, karma.army, put the number in, and then give it away and tell the story. So and then it'll track it across the country, hopefully across the world.
And you can see how far your kindness travels.
Can I ask a question?
You may.
How do I know, so like that thing at the Children's Hospital and stuff, is there a way that I can find out when you guys are doing that and come and assist or help or be part of that?
Yeah, step A is give me your cell phone number.
Deal, I can do that.
We'll go from there.
Maybe not live, but I'll do it.
For sure.
Yeah, you're learning.
And this is the why, Erin. And you mentioned what is your why. This is the why right here, is being able to be a platform to create communities and connections and relationships and tell people's stories and celebrate that. I am so excited to be a part of this opportunity, to witness you giving your coin to Isabel and to capture and to share it with the community that's Good Morning La La Land.
Right?
It's
And
an
these are the
incredible
magic that happens in the studio is really super cool here.
Yeah, it's so powerful. I mean, we created this show really to help people live their healthiest, wealthiest, and happiest lives humanly possible. And this is a perfect example of what we meant and designed this show for. So thank you guys so much for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Do you have a mantra that you live by, that you wake up and you say to yourself?
Well, I mean, our slogan is spread the love, keep the change. And you know, the idea is you do something small, and that something small comes and goes in a day, but maybe just kind of the mindfulness and the attitude that goes along with it, you keep it, so you keep the change. So that's it. Spread the love, keep the change.
Ooh,
there's a tweetable right there.
Right?
Yeah, hashtag.
So what are you guys up to today? We have a few more minutes, so we can just gab and hang out, whatever. So what are you guys doing today in La La Land?
Well, I'm going to go do something good.
Oh, cool.
And track my coin.
Well done.
Nice.
That is media training at its best. But that's actually her heart as well.
Yeah, that's actually,
that's actually her heart. So incredible.
And what about you, Nick?
doing?
You're in from, New Mexico.
I'm in from New Mexico, and I'm just visiting, and I'm actually noticing a couple chips in my pedicure. So I think I'm going to go get that thing.
It's a good thing we've got him some nail and bow.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
I'm going to work I actually took the whole weekend off, literally, which is really unusual. The last 2 weekends I've taken the whole 2 weeks. I rarely ever do that. So I'm going to work all day. We got a lot of emails, a lot of follow-up. I have a talk I'm giving at UCLA tomorrow on influencer, and we're talking about the show and stuff, so I'll be preparing for that a little bit. Yep, so just, typical day.
Cool.
Typical day in La La Land.
Good, yeah.
How about you,
Can I
Rob?
tell you guys my favorite karmic story from the website?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It came in. So we had an email come in. We get stories all the time about people that say, "Oh, I just got this coin in, and this person did this incredible thing for me." So we got this story probably about a year ago, and it was a single mom, and she was in line at the airport, and she was kind of wrangling the kids and so forth, and the first class line, the guys can just breeze by, right? So the guy just kind of comes up in the first class line and says something to her quick, but then breezes by, and she's frustrated. She has to wait in the long line and all this stuff. And the guy briefly talked to her and her kids, and anyway, she gets up to the counter, and the lady says, this guy that was just here just upgraded you and all your kids to first class, and he left a karma coin for you on the
Wow.
thing. So this mom flew with all her kids first class and had a karma coin. So.
What airport is this?
That's a lot of pressure, though.
Flying in and out of an airport.
Pressure, to do a good deed.
Yeah.
I just bought somebody a car, just a good deed.
See, but I don't think it's about the pressure. I think that it should release the pressure, right? I mean, to me, it's like doing I was having this conversation with my mom. It's so much easier to at least be a neutral person than it is to be a bad person.
Oh my goodness.
But it's just as easy to be a good person as it is to be a bad person. Someone was parked behind our car because we've got tandem parking, and he was sitting in his car, and he just sort of moved. And when we came out, because we needed to go somewhere, and it would have been really easy for my mom to get upset that he was there. And it would have also been really easy for her to say nothing. But she also, once we left, she drove by and she said, "Hey, do you want to park in our spot? Because we're going to be gone for at least an hour. And if you're just going to be here for a little bit, go ahead and park it." And so I think that there shouldn't be any pressure, because it's just easier. It's just easier to not be a bad person.
It's so interesting you say that. So my area of expertise is really the science of happiness, and it's so true. One of the things that they found is that it's so much easier to smile than it is frown. It requires hundreds of more muscles to actually frown than it does smile. So in some ways, we're actually designed to be happy, designed to love, and designed to give love to people. So that's just a profound remark that you made there.
Wasn't there something that we learned last week about that when you do frown, it causes like little micro tears in your heart?
Yeah, so the interesting thing is, it's so true. Yeah, so the interesting thing is that when you either frown or you don't give a Duchenne smile, which is an authentic smile to someone else, and you kind of give that fake smile or that half smile, it actually causes tiny little microscopic tears in the other person's heart. You don't realize that, and you can actually create heartbreak that way, quite literally. And so people that are in relationships over a long period of time or surrounded by people that aren't genuinely happy, they actually injure and sort of add or just add injury to your health, to your happiness. And so it's so incredibly important to surround yourself with kind, loving, happy people.
And when you smile, it sends endorphins to your brain to actually
There
make
you
you
go.
happy. So
Boy, you
at
see
least
that?
fake it till you
Yes,
make
right,
it.
exactly.
17 years old.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's incredible.
It's
What
so
was I
funny.
doing?
I don't know.
My mom always said, just fake it till you make it.
Well, it looks like we're out of time, you guys. Such a pleasure and so wonderful. I can't wait to see the show and hear everything about it. I can't wait for the karma coins to go globally.
Yeah.
And it's just always a pleasure, you guys.
Absolutely. We are streaming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and on Twitter. It's going to be a good morning, La La Land.
Have a great day, guys.
Thank you so much for coming.